Hey guys, what's up? So my hair's still a little bit wet. I just took a shower. It's Saturday. I slept in long, or as we say here in the Netherlands, I slept out. In, out. Well, it doesn't really matter. I slept for a long time. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now, and this is my first cup of coffee of the day, and I haven't killed anyone yet. What an accomplishment. But then again, the day is still young. Cheers. So a little while ago I got a message on Facebook from a girl named Selena. She asked me if I was interested in making a video about the new album of Carcass, as you can read in the title, Surgical Steel. And I told her, like, well, yeah, sure. I mean, I got more reviews planned up, like the new Amon Amarth that I still have planned. Is there any special occasion or a special reason? And she told me that she works for Nuclear Blast and that she had been talking with the guys of Nuclear Blast, and they really would like me to make a video about the new album of Carcass, Surgical Steel. And I was like, whoa, wait, you guys are from Nuclear Blast and you ask me for a video? I mean, that's a really big honor. And I've been sending messages to other big labels out there with the question if I could review one of their albums and use a little bit of the music, you know, because that's what I do. And I never heard a thing. And then one of the biggest out there, Nuclear Blast, asks me to do a review or video about this new album, Carcass, Surgical Steel.
Bloodlust.
So I have the new album right here, which I will show you guys in a minute. But first, Carcass, of course, is a really legendary name. These guys have been going around for a long time. Their first album, Reek of Putrefaction, is from, if I'm not mistaken, 1988. So these guys have been going around for almost, or at least 25 years. It's a great band. They really started out as a grindcore band, and their first work is pretty much different from this album. But it's really strange. When I made that video about the poser, the old friend that I met, which you can check right there, and if you don't want to leave this video just yet, I'll put a link in the description as well. When I made that video, there were a lot of people that said, like, you know, you haven't seen him in 5-6 years, people change, you know. When I read a bunch of comments about this new Carcass album, when you realize these guys have been going around for 25 years, when it comes to music, people always expect the band and the people to stay exactly the same. That is something I just don't understand. There were a lot of people that said it's too different. Some people told me that they thought the album got a lot of good credit because it's just Carcass, you know, you don't want to say anything negative about Carcass. I personally think that all the older bands such as Immolation, Suffocation, Carcass, Nile, Cannibal Corpse, Gorguts, you know, all those older bands that have been going around for a long time, it almost seems as if they want to show the world, like, you know, this is how you do it. Because of course there's a lot of generic stuff coming out these days, and the old ones, they want to show, like, you know, this is what we do, this is how we do it, and I think this album is great. It's really different compared with the older grindcore stuff, and yeah, I just freaking love it. I would give it a, well, 8.5 out of 10. It's just a great album. I would really recommend you guys go check it out. If you like Carcass, if you only like the grindcore stuff from Carcass, then this might not be your taste, but I think it's a great album. Every once in a while it's a little bit melodic. It reminds me a little bit of Arch Enemy even. Some of the riffs, some of the parts are a little bit Arch Enemy kind of, which is kind of strange because Michael Amott, who's also in Arch Enemy, is not any longer with Carcass. But it seems a little bit as if they borrowed some of his riffs and put it in this album, as if he has been working on the album. It sounds just awesome, and you know what, I'm first gonna let you guys listen to another piece of music, and then I'm gonna show you guys the box that I got. So I'm just gonna put on another song, and I'll just open up the box without showing it to you guys, and I'll just pick a song, which is going to be song number 5, The Master Butcher's Apron.
The sun never sets, the blood never dries. Their souls sacrifice, the other butchers maligned. The sun never sets, the blood never dries. Lest we forget. The sun never sets, sinners never dry. This death was bloodshed on the waxing knives. For your sons you never wet, the blood never dries. The fruitless sacrifice of the master butchers. Never trusted in the dark, the culinary villain yet again.
So like I said, it's a great album. It's raw, it's melodic at the same time, it's really groovy. There are many parts where I was sitting behind my computer listening to the songs and I was like, fuck yeah, you know, there's a big groove in it, and I really love that. But is it groundbreaking new? Is it something we've never heard before? No. Is it just a solid, complete album, a really good effort of Carcass? Yeah. Is it worth the wait after the time Carcass has spent on this album? It sure is. It's a very good effort. I love the album and I really recommend it if you like Carcass. And I'm just gonna show you guys the box that I have. I got the first aid kit mail order edition. That's what it says on the front. And this is the surgical aid kit. It's a tin box. There you go. And like I said, I'm a really sucker for limited edition items. And here at the bottom it says, and I hope I can get it in screen, there you go, mail order edition. And I'll just keep it there for a few seconds so you can see that the I is a 1, the O is a 0, and the E is a 3. We used to call this in the Netherlands breezer language, because there were many young girls, 13, 14, 15, on forums, music forums, that were posting there completely in this language. They changed letters with numbers and writing backwards and whatever, and these were young girls that think they were tough and that this was cool, and they were all drinking breezers, Bacardi breezers, because, you know, they were all that, and they were the man. Well, no, they were cool and they were tough and they were drinking Bacardi breezers. That's why we call this breezer language. It's just something I noticed when I picked this out of the box. I was like, hey, what do you know, breezer language. So, you know, just I'm just gonna open the box and then put the lid over there. And when you open it, there's a little surgical kit. Just put this down there. Out. There's a scissor. There's some bandages. And you might wonder to yourself, like, aren't you gonna are you gonna use that? Are you gonna keep it in one piece? Well, I'm a collector. I'm a big collector of limited edition items and stuff like that. And I know that you think to yourself like, dude, what are you gonna do with that? Do you really need that? But no, but I think it's funny. I think it's cool to do stuff like that, to bring out a limited edition item. And of course it's working on the collector spirit of a lot of collectors, because they all go like, ooh, I want that, you know. Just, but I love it. There's also a list in there. Let's just take the CD out for a second. There we go. And there's a list in it that contains the songs and then the content of this pack. And the first aid kit includes 1 Digipack Carcass surgical steel. Check. And then 1 pair of scissors, 1 sterile first aid package, including 1 adhesive, did I say that right, adhesive tape, 1 first aid dressing, 4 adhesive plasters, 1 standard dressing, 2 wound dressings, 1 confirming bandage, and 4 disposable gloves. And you are owner 216 of 1000. There you go, that's the list. And they're all surgical items printed on it. Nuclear Blast, that's the logo. Those are the guys that asked me to do this video, and I hope you guys liked it so far. I'm just gonna put this back. So that's all in here, and I'm just gonna keep that in this tin. I love that kind of stuff. I'm a really big fan of limited edition items. I've got the Loki bust that came along with the Amon Amarth new album. I've got 3 limited edition items of Nile. I got one of Cannibal Corpse with a little puppet next to it. I've got one from Ill Disposed with a shirt and stuff in it. And you know what? I'm just gonna make a video with limited edition items and see if you guys have some cool stuff. So that's the box itself. Now the album, it's a digipack form, reminded me a little bit of this album of Septic Flesh, which is also really silver colored. See what I mean? This one is a little bit more shiny than this one, but when I took it out I was like, hey, completely silver, a little bit shiny, looks a little bit like the Septic Flesh album. And this is of course the Great Mass. Great album, great band as well. This is the album itself. It really shines because you can see the camera in there. It's a digipack, opens like that. That's the CD itself, and then all sorts of art on the inside, and on the back the same art, the same piece that was on the description in the box. The booklet is pretty thick actually. I'll just take it out. There we go. And on the back of the booklet there's this pistol. It's a, I think they even have a song from that if I'm not mistaken. Captive Bolt Pistol. That's song 10. So I assume that that is it. That's the front of the booklet. Like I said, it's pretty thick, but it's really cool because if you see the lyrics, there's all sorts of, well, stuff to operate or to end someone's life with. Needles, syringes, scissors, and then in the middle a long list of stuff you can use to check on the insides of someone, and then in the back a whole lot of stuff with an AK-47, if I'm not mistaken. Is that an AK-47? If I'm wrong, shit happens. And then in the back, of course, there's a picture of the guys of Carcass. And I love this little footnote on the bottom, and I'm just gonna read it to you guys. There's also like additional vocals on this album, and then at the last it says thanks ... to you if you bought a physical copy of this album. It sounds a little bit like as if these guys from Carcass are really against downloading or digital stuff, and well, I think they're really against all the digital downloading crap. So, you know, yeah, I really like that actually. I was watching that and I was like, well, you're welcome. So if I had to pick my favorite song from this album, it will probably be song 8, which is called Unfit for Human Consumption. It's gonna be the same song I'm gonna close this video with. So like I said, it's a very complete album. It's groovy, it's harsh, it's melodic, it's just a great freaking album. I love it and I'm really happy that I have this in my collection. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys liked this album of Carcass, and just like they say, if you like the album, I don't really care if you buy a digital version, but just go and buy the album, support labels, support the bands, so they can just keep on going making great freaking music. So at first I want to thank, of course, Nuclear Blast, Selena from Nuclear Blast, for getting me into contact with you guys, allowing me to use the music in this video, allowing me or asking me to make this video, because it's a really big honor. And of course, you guys for checking out this video, and I hope you guys like this album of Carcass. It's called Surgical Steel. It's been brought out by Nuclear Blast. Go check them out, and I'll see you guys next video.